Welcome to the Rewrite Your Story with Tasha Joe podcast, where we fearlessly dive into the vast realm of thoughts, ideas, and conversations that know no bounds. Buckle up and prepare for a wild ride as we venture into uncharted territories and explore the unexplored. On this journey, we leave no stone unturned and no topic untouched. From the profound to the absurd, from the mundane to the extraordinary, tune in, fasten your seatbelt, and prepare for a roller coaster ride through the vast expanse of human curiosity. Get ready to be amazed, enlightened, and entertained, because on this podcast, there's only one rule. There are no rules. Hello, beautiful friends. On today's episode, I have Allisha with Allisha's Journeys. Welcome, Allisha.
Hello.
And today she is going to tell us about her journey and some exciting upcoming news.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and let you start.
Well, I'm just honored to be on here and just
Me too.
to share my story, to
Yeah.
share what I'm doing. It's my baby. It's so new. I'm only 28. I got into this 5 years ago just because of my brother passing.
Oh, wow.
And what an honor to experience this awakening with him.
Yeah.
On the other side, experiencing it like a dance, because
Yeah.
he's my full blood. And having a full sibling pass and have it heal me in a certain process that I never thought I would be a part of.
Yeah.
And
So that was like the starting of your spiritual journey.
yes.
And for those of you who don't know, I don't know anything about Allisha. We just met, and so I'm learning all of this as we go. But just so you know, that's something we have in common,
Yeah.
because I lost my brother in 2018. That's what started my spiritual journey as well.
2020.
Okay. Wow.
So I just had 5 years last week. And it
Wow.
was challenging. It was like, those wounds are opening. But it's like, what an honor.
Yeah.
Thank you for passing. Yes, cancer took you, and you got to come to my dreams and share with me why you actually passed.
Yeah.
The anger, the frustration, the burden that you were actually carrying in your heart that festered
Yeah.
and that created illness in you. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that could happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what is this? He's like, it's spiritual. I was like, okay, right. My friend offered me mushrooms, and I was like, okay, what are those? They were like, they're magical. They're supposed to be enlightening if you do them in the proper way.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I need to sit on that. I need to sit on that because of my history, and kind of want to share a little bit of my story because it relates to a lot of people in that space of like, oh, I'm scared to do these.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm scared to participate in this because of my religious background or my parents or political or any of those things.
Yeah.
And I come from nothing.
Okay.
My house burned down when I was 3.
I burnt down my house when I was 4. Oh my gosh. Already we have so much in common.
My dad just finished the house. We were moving from Tacoma, born there. That's all I knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were the only white people on the block. We were like, okay, all right, maybe it's time to move and buy 20 acres. Everyone gets a room. There's 11 of us.
Wow.
I'm the baby.
11?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And that comes with its challenges.
Yeah.
And then your house burns down right after you just finish it and everything's about to be perfect. You're like, okay. And I was so excited as like a little kid, like, oh my gosh, like it's a whole new house. I get my room. I get a room. And then to have, you're in a fifth wheel. That was all our money. That was it. That's it. That's your whole life.
Yeah.
And I think my family gave up. They built a hut, truly was a hut, cement floor. Sometimes it would be it took time to have even walls that were insulated and properly. And I was like, oh, wow, we're poor. And I didn't really realize that until later in life. But at that time, it was real. Yeah. It was my life. Sleeping with the sleeping bag over my head because of mice or gunk or gross. That's realistic. And I didn't learn how to read, write, speak in that environment. There was a lot of anger, alcohol, abuse, verbal, emotional, and trauma. And I think with that, kind of gave birth to a strong woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
A backbone that I think my parents gave me. From now my walk of life, I get to look at my past as like, what an honor.
Yeah.
What a privilege to live.
Yes.
And to have peace in that. And then I moved in with my brother.
Okay.
And he was the middle child. He was already on the outskirts, like trouble.
Yeah.
Becoming a pastor. And I was like, I want to learn how to read. I want to learn how to write. I want.
Yeah. You didn't
I'm
have anybody
12.
like,
I'm 12.
Yeah.
I'm first grade reading level.
wow.
I want to speak and not have the F word be my first word.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this is a challenge. It was really hard. And my sister-in-law sat down with me, helped me process, like, okay, she's actually very intelligent.
Yeah.
No one just sat down with her instead of just being patient. I got it. My mom, she had 11 kids. At the end, the baby, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're over it. And she could not sit with me. And so having this motherly instinct of like, oh, she's willing to look at me and see me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to thrive, obviously, in that environment. At a year, I was already in 8th grade reading level, normal classes.
So you picked it up quick.
Fast, because it was something I wanted.
Yeah.
It was like, I ain't giving up.
Yeah. Good
And
for
I was
you.
like, okay, I have this fire in me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm growing up. I'm changing. I'm transforming. And then I jumpstart, get adopted. Papers are filed. My brother has custody of me. It was a mess.
Wow.
Taking your parents to court, looking at them in the face. And like, my brother had to do that. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was so young. I was just like.
Was this the brother that passed?
No, my brother who was the middle child is the middle child.
Okay.
And he's still alive. He's still very much kicking and has great kids.
Awesome.
That I get the honor to call brother and sisters.
Yeah.
And with that, I thrived in that environment. I was like, don't let me go.
Yeah.
And so they did take him to court, and it did get ugly, and it did get messy, but there was so many CPS situations and SWAT teams at the home as a child that they had a good case.
Yeah.
And I looked at my mom and said, give up. Give up, Mom. I will never talk to you again if you don't just give up. Because go live your life.
Yeah.
You've been having kids since you were 15. Go live your life.
And she agreed?
She just was silent.
Yeah.
And the next day, we get the call saying she signed the papers. And there's a lot of trauma with me and my mom.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of trauma. And
mine too.
She's passed that down, but I'm thankful to know that I come from love.
Yeah.
And my family, we always find that.
Yeah.
Even how much we get angry at each other or frustrated, my parents did teach us you come from love.
Yes.
They had 9 babies together. My mom was married 3 times, so I have 2 half siblings and then 8 full.
Wow.
And so what an honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
To see experiences of me that come before me.
Yeah.
And I get to see myself in them, and I did not see it like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You guys fight
Until you
and
start
you guys are
doing the
angry.
healing, then you see it. Yeah, and
then
you
you're
appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me a hard life. Thank you
Yeah.
for giving me a challenging childhood. I graduated, got married young because my brother was a pastor.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
hey, you're sleeping with him. You're going to get married now.
Yeah.
What? What? I've only known the guy for 6 months. You're really going to just throw me under the bus there? But I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I did. I went to beauty college. and loved it.
Yeah.
I've been doing makeup and hair for 10 years, and
Good
it's
for
a
you.
passion for me of
Yeah.
it's not about the makeup, it's more of showing women like, hey, you
Yeah.
are so beautiful.
Yeah.
And if I get to just
how you're making other people feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if my energy gets to paint a picture on you for a moment, for a time, for a dance.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I love that.
I'd feel honored.
Yeah.
And in that excitement, I graduated, got divorced.
Okay.
Was like, no, I want my life. I'm choosing me. Yes, I have trauma. I'm acknowledging that this man has trauma,
Yeah.
and I don't see having children with him. And I believe you only get married if you want that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even want kids. At that age, I was like, I don't even want them.
How long were you married for?
2 years.
2 years?
It was like, I knew off
Yeah.
the bat, I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
He's willing to lie to me. He's willing to hurt me. We're good.
You knew.
Yeah. I knew. And I was like, all right, I'm going to move on and I'm going to grow.
Yeah.
And I did. I was just like, okay,
Sounds
I'm
like
going to have
yeah.
these experiences. And there was moments where your early 20s, you hit
I
your
remember
alcohol
mine.
rock bottoms, and you're like,
Yep.
oh, why did I do that? Now I got to go to work the next morning.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
But I had fun.
Yeah.
My friends are so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I realized I'm an introvert. I really don't like being around people. I've never been a party person. I never really liked the bars. I really like being home and seeing me.
I think that is a thing too, is I used to be a major extrovert, partier, big crowds, but the more healing that I've done, I'm very much an introvert and an extrovert, but more so an introvert these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out. I'm like climbing the box and I'm excited about it, but like at the same time, like, but like, are people ready to see me? Because like full bloom, I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty great because I cocooned for so long to a point where it's like you're busting at the seams.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to show that you are a butterfly.
Yes.
And they're
my God,
butterfly.
I already love you. But I always go around saying, I know what I bring to the table.
Yes.
I know my worth.
Yes.
I know what I deserve. And, you know, some people may look at that as, oh, then they're not my people.
Nope.
You know, my people are like,
Have a
hell
great
yeah,
life.
girl. Yes.
What an honor.
Yeah.
What an honor
'Cause
to get the moment.
Yes. Yes.
You'll
and
find
those
your
are the
peeps.
people you want in your life, the people who are on that same vibration. So good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 28.
I'm 28.
Yeah. I mean, like, good for you because
Yes.
I didn't start my spiritual journey until 32, right as I was turning 33. And since then, I'm almost 39. But I love seeing younger people just, it's so beautiful. I love it.
I kind of pinch myself all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm 85
Yeah.
in my soul. Because that's truly where I've seen myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I change into my soul self. And she's a wise old lady.
Okay.
Who likes her tea.
Yeah.
And likes to
Oh,
sit
I
on
love
her
this.
porch with
Yeah.
her bloodhound and just enjoy simplicity.
Yeah.
And listening to the birds and loves talking to the birds and talking to the trees because they are alive.
Yes. Yeah.
They are watching you as much as you are watching them.
Yeah.
And what an honor. What a
Yes.
privilege to be in that moment, to coexist and know that oxygen is literally what holds us in this moment with time.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And
I mean, you're speaking my language. I know
Yes.
there's a lot of people, when I started speaking, you know, the laws of the universe and just
They're like,
energy.
"No."
Oh, the eye rolls,
Yep.
the she's lost it, but
I
it's
would
my
have
language.
rather have lost it
Yeah.
than not have lost it at all.
Yeah.
Because I would rather someone look me in the eye and say, you're crazy
Yeah. Yeah.
for what I am doing. And I've had it. My brother and my sister-in-law who adopted me said, you're no longer welcome in my family.
Yep.
And I said, thank you.
The more healing you
Thank
do,
you. The
people
fall
out.
off.
Yep.
Bye. Have a great life.
Yep.
I choose.
100%.
I live in the world of forgiveness.
Yep.
And I live in the world of I make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't owe anyone anything besides myself.
Yes.
I owe myself to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
And that's challenging when you're the baby of 11.
You talked about this on several episodes too. When you start setting boundaries,
Yes.
people are used to the older version of you, and it's challenging, but so rewarding.
I'm like, I'm growing every second.
Yeah.
At this moment, I'm growing.
Yeah.
Just being in your presence is elevating my energy.
Yeah.
Just to meet you at yours.
Likewise. Yeah.
And what an honor.
Yeah. You're definitely going to be coming back on many episodes because everything you're speaking, we need more of that for sure.
And that's kind of why I was like, okay, this could be awkward, this could be weird, or this could be stepping out of my cocoon.
Yeah.
And saying, hey, this is me, this is my story. I'm broken just like everyone else.
And that's what this podcast is all about is I tell people your mess is your message. And there's so many people out there who need to hear this. And it's an honor for me to have you on here too. Cause I'm like, where are all the people at? I'm over here telling my stories and whatnot. So bringing on people, I'm so excited to hear more of your story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was always scared to share it because I was the pastor's daughter. I was the baby of 11. I got 7 brothers. You don't speak, you don't talk. And I was that way for many years. And then I met someone who was like, no, you have a voice. You're capable of doing all these things. And I was like, okay,
yeah.
all right.
Let's go.
Okay. I've been to Africa. I spent a month there after I graduated high school, and that kind of was like a dish.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this dish.
You got a taste.
And it was like, there's medicine.
Yeah.
You are a part of that. You're going to get sick.
Yeah.
You're going to feel like you're dying. Let yourself die. Fall into it. Yeah. I was throwing up. Are
you talking about ayahuasca?
No.
Oh.
I had a mango.
Oh.
You're not supposed to have a mango in Africa, and I had a mango. And it was like a medicine experience of just like, you're going to feel like you're going to die.
Wow.
But you're not.
Yeah.
This is your birth. This is a rebirth. And, I always heard about like, they believe in witchcraft. They believe in witches. And I do.
Yeah.
I believe in magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that there is divine timing for someone to, hey, you're in Africa by yourself, no family. You flew here with strangers.
Wow. Yeah.
You're in a village.
Yeah.
Miles, hours away from a hospital, anywhere, and you don't speak their language.
Oh my goodness.
And it's only your second time of being here.
Yeah.
And the last time you were here, you were 15. It was your first time ever flying. So Were you terrified? Were you? I knew what was happening because it was like we had a windstorm the night after I had the mango.
Okay.
And it was like, get out of the tent. Get out of the tent.
Oh my goodness.
We got to grab everything. And I hit a wall. And I was like, okay, this is terrifying. This is life. Everything is being thrown at us.
Yeah.
And we've only been here for 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
2 weeks. And the team's coming, and we're supposed to prep for them, but we're like risking our lives. And the second they get there, I was vomiting. I was so sick. I was like, oh my gosh. The universe told me that this would be a ride, but I've had this happen.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of like a familiar feeling of you've died multiple times in your life. Car accidents. You've had 7 brothers. You've had some trauma. You've had your finger chopped off. You've had your hair stuck in a tire. You've had close encounters with your maker. You.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've had great encounters where you've remembered who you are and you chose to stay. And you chose to stay because you knew what your purpose was. And I was like, okay, this is one of those moments. Went to Amsterdam. It was like oh my gosh, I'm an adult. I'm 17. They're offering me beer. I'm like, no, I can't have that. No.
You were only 17 when you went there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just graduated high school, so it was
Okay.
just like, okay, this is life-changing. I can't go back to Christianity the same way
Yeah.
after this experience.
No.
I couldn't even look at my brother and my sister-in-law the same way. They weren't there. They
Yeah.
couldn't explain or understand what I was going through, or it was personal.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I like this personal universe
Yeah.
encounter. And I started doing research, started going out of the box, started being a rebel in their eyes.
Sounds like me. All the rabbit holes.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
And after my divorce and all those things, I was like, I have the opportunity to stay in Bellevue and Kirkland and work in Macy's and go after that dream of being a makeup artist and running my own counter and doing all those things. And then in 2020, my brother passed. Like,
Changed everything.
we weren't close.
Yeah.
He created trauma.
Yeah.
But the pieces that led up to it, COVID, we were already shut down, and I was already on leave, and I'm processing, okay, my brother's weeks, months. Okay, he can die any moment. Are we going to clear the air before do I get to hear my brother say, I love you before he passes? And I did. He asked for a watermelon. He's like, can you go get me a watermelon? And I looked at him and I was like, you're 65.
How old was he?
35.
35.
Got cancer.
Okay.
And it was like, everything slipped away. All the anger I had for him, all the frustration, all like, why didn't you fight?
Yeah.
But you can't have those thoughts. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I was like, yeah, I can go get you a watermelon.
Yeah.
And so I did. And I got back and I put it in the refrigerator because he yelled at me because I offered him before the refrigerator. He's like, who eats a warm watermelon? I was like, you're right. And I go to give him a hug to say goodbye because there's a moment with my family. I have healthy boundaries and I've always had them with them. Because before this moment, it was 10 years before I ever saw or hung out with any of my members. So it was kind of like hey, here's family again.
Yeah.
Here's the chaos again. Welcome back. And I was like, okay, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Oh,
because of his passing is what
brought me back.
Okay.
Just was like, my brother's dying.
Yeah.
Like, kind of smacked me in the face of like, this is life.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Our flesh dies, but our soul stays.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I go and give him a hug, and he takes this moment of breath. Baby says, I love you. And I look at him and I say, you will always be my baby.
Yeah.
On this earth or not.
Yeah.
I don't believe that is the end.
Yeah.
You get to now be healed. You get to go fishing. You get to go climbing mountains and looking at creeks and running and catching those waterfalls.
So you already had that faith and that understanding.
I grew up with hippies. My parents were
okay.
old.
Okay.
I kind of grew up with mushrooms already being tossed around and all those things, but I didn't understand that until now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when he passed, I was like, okay, this is the most challenging death. I've lost a best friend. Now I'm losing my brother. Now, okay, my grandpa's going to pass at some point too. Like, there's so many deaths happening. My brother's losing people. Other people in my family are losing their friends.
I've heard of a lot of it the last year, for
suicide,
sure.
a slip at a lake, on a dock, a moment that could have been not happening, but it happened.
Same with Austin. I mean, he literally was okay and just saying, babe, it hurts. And then I get pushed out and I come back and he's gone just in that moment. He was talking, moving, and it's so back to you, but yeah, it's just
shocking.
yes. Yeah.
Shocking to the system because
Yeah.
you're like, how?
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of sudden when my best friend died. She died in a car accident. I saw her a week before.
Yeah.
She literally shared Jesus with me. The real Jesus, not the one that they paint and created, but the one that is just a man.
Yeah.
He's just a normal man that realized who he was.
Yep.
Who loved himself so well and meditated to a point of ecstasy.
Yeah.
Where he dies on a cross. True bliss. True ecstasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
True grace and move to the heavens. I say I live in heaven now because he already made the heavens happen for me. So I live in it now, in this moment.
And we all have access to that. We're all one.
Cleaning our thoughts, our processes, and our program, our flesh.
Yeah.
We are spirit.
Yes.
We are energy. We are.
It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it.
So hard.
But I wouldn't even know how to turn it off.
Yes,
even
at
if
this point.
It's like my life every day, every minute, second. Like,
second nature at this point. It's like, oh, don't worry, it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, thank you. I don't have to now. I used to overthink it. Like, I gotta heal. I won't be at the place where I can help people. And at 26, I got an opportunity to go to Mexico. And I had a moment where I was doing meditation after I already had the knowledge of psilocybin and cannabis, because cannabis was recommended by my own doctor because I didn't want to go on normal medication. I was like, how can I meet myself and be patient with myself without medical heroin?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you guys want me on dampeners.
Yep.
And I don't want dampener. I want something that elevates me to the state of mind that I'm loving myself.
Yep.
Not hating myself. Because I did try it.
Yeah.
I was on low doses of it, and I was like, you guys gave me clinical depression. You guys told me I had it. Now you gave me this drug because you thought that this would help me. But why do I actually want to kill myself?
I've heard of that with so many people getting on antidepressants and having it make them feel suicidal.
Yeah. I was like, I thought I was suicidal before.
Yeah. I don't. When I was a teenager, I don't remember a lot of my younger years, but my mom had gotten me on antidepressants, and I do remember I've always been somebody who's very just like this, no like extreme highs or lows, always in a good mood, you know. And it made me just very like up and down. Up, I was like, get this shit. Like, I am not taking this.
No.
And I didn't.
And I think it's the drug's job.
Yeah.
It's the medical field's job to prescribe young kids, young adults, even grown-ups.
Yeah. It's all like garbage.
The heartbreak that you realize when you grow up, where you're like, oh, the doctor heals me, and you're like, oh, my mom's actual garden was actually healing me way easier and faster, and now it takes me a longer time to like heal because now I'm eating the food, I'm
Have you ever seen the documentary Heal? I'm sure you have, or maybe not.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
I believe
It's
have.
with Dr. Joe Dispenza,
Deepak,
all those good, amazing people. But he goes in and he puts on a white coat and he's like, okay, now I'm the doctor. I want you to eat veggies, eat your fruit, do this, you know, because that's the problem. Doctors and, you know, they're telling people, so these people are believing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mexico kind of showed me that.
Yeah.
Because their food is farm.
Yeah.
Fresh. Delightful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I rode my bike every day to get groceries, to go get fresh tortillas, to dance.
Yeah. Oh, I love dancing.
On a bike.
Yeah.
In Mexico, and you're 26.
So fun.
Oh my gosh. I was like, what is this? What is life?
Yeah.
What an
Yes.
honor to... Things are falling apart around me, my relationship, business, everything's falling apart. But at the end of the day, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
So
in
when you said
paradise.
you got an opportunity, was that how so? Like an opportunity to just go there or a retreat or like what was the opportunity?
So, the partner that I was involved with at the time painted this really cool picture.
Okay.
We're going to open these retreats. We're going to do these amazing adventures.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. Throwing out numbers. I was like, yeah, sounds awesome. Like, I support you. I love you.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you want me to do. If that needs to be hair and makeup for some of these retreats to do like goddess nights or
Okay.
like, I'm down. That's my job. That's who I am. I love washing women with
Yeah.
beauty and love. Really just sharing how wonderful they truly are by feeling their energy.
Yeah.
While I paint their face and do
I
their
already
hair.
have so many things I want to talk to you like off air about to
Yes.
bring into Mystic and collaborate in so many
Yes.
ways. So we'll definitely do that. But okay, keep
Thank
going.
you.
Yes.
And with that, I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I got on a plane. I gave up my family, gave up my dog. I rehomed my dog because of this partner. He was like, we can't handle all that. I was like, okay, sounds good. But I haven't opened an option. I still get to see her and I get to be a part of her life. She has a partner named Buster.
Okay.
And she's a German Shepherd that lives on 14 acres with a retired
nice.
couple.
Yeah.
I made sure I found a home that was perfect for my angel
Yeah.
because she was my first baby.
Yeah.
My dog, I was like, I'm giving my dog up for this person. But
Yeah.
my heart was like, do it.
Yeah. One-way
It's-
ticket, right? One-way ticket
Yes,
was your plan?
it was.
Okay.
But at the same time, it was like the universe playing these cards that was like, don't even look at this man.
Yeah.
You will find out the true colors. You will feel that you're going crazy at one point. But stand true to your femininity, your power, your love for yourself.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, all right, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Step off the plane. Everything falls apart. All
Instantly?
the truth. Yes. All the truth comes out. Everyone's not coming.
And you didn't know this until you got there? Oh my God.
Yeah. In a resort with this person that I don't know.
How long had you guys been dating before?
A year, but we were best friends for 3 years.
Wow.
Almost seeing each other every day. And it was heartbreaking
Yeah.
to look at a person and say, I loved you full-heartedly. So much that I trusted you with me.
Yeah.
I've never given any. I didn't even give my ex-husband this.
Yeah.
Wow. I gave up my home. I had a great spot in downtown Port Orchard with the sweetest 63-year-old who was mentally 10. And I got to hang out with my best friend.
Yeah.
And live downstairs and had so much peace.
Yeah.
I was finding myself. I was like living alone for the first time in my entire life. Being a baby of 11, you don't.
Yeah.
None of my
Yeah.
siblings can handle living alone.
Yeah.
None of them do.
And then you get there and instantly it's just your world got rocked.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because now I have to figure out life
Yeah.
with a stranger that you don't trust. And you have the universe telling you, hey, don't trust him. You are here by yourself. Realize that. You're here
It
by
obviously
yourself.
brought you there for a reason.
Yes. Like, know that you're here by yourself,
Yeah.
but know that you're here for me.
Okay.
Me speaking for me.
And you were able to,
Understand that it was me talking
Okay.
to me because I've done
Yeah.
psilocybin.
Yeah.
I already met myself.
Okay.
And my brother already invited me into that ceremony, coming into my dream saying, I need you to do this. And I was like, okay, all right, let's do it. So going to Mexico was like him standing next to me.
Yeah.
I knew his flesh wasn't there, but I could feel his essence, his energy, his hand. When my hand would be on my leg or on the couch, he would meet it. And no one can describe that feeling. Oh, it's a personal.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's so personal. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my big brother.
Yeah.
He's here. His name is Michael.
Austin's middle name was Michael.
Yeah. And my partner's name is Michael.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, okay, this is a divine names to me mean they're signs.
Yeah.
People come into your life, names
Absolutely.
are always a part of it. Numbers, patterns.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, all right, I'm here for a bigger purpose. I'm going to put my feelings aside for this person. I'm going to find us a place to live. I'm going to find a home for me to grow me. I'm not going to really think about this. He's just going to pay rent and pay the bills. And if he struggles, I'll step in. My energy is always an attractor.
Yeah.
I don't show her often because I know how powerful I can be, and I don't want to use my energy to bring in too much.
Yeah.
I like simple, quiet. I don't like loud.
Yeah.
And I don't like when someone blames my energy because of their energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm watching this from a third party, but really me, only here for a month. I've already done BOFU, 5-MeO DMT, in the middle of the jungle with strangers.
Yeah.
From their perspective, I sat in lotus position the whole time with a smile on my face. And what I really lived was my whole life again. The feelings my parents had making me, my birth.
During that experience is what you're saying?
Yeah. Just feeling the energy of like.
That's one I haven't done yet. I want to, but.
It was like the universe was like, I need you to wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. Realize how powerful you have loved yourself since the beginning of your birth because your parents gave it to you.
Yeah.
Yes, they forgot. They forgot. But you keep on not. There's a reason why you come from 11. There's a reason why you're the last one. There's a reason.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't wait to have an experience like that.
And I just was like, wow, I'm supposed to have children. This is the first moment that I truly, full-heartedly believe I'm supposed to have children because I'm supposed to give them what I've already done.
Yeah.
My hard work.
Yeah.
Because your parents pass down stuff.
Yep.
You pass down stuff. I've been patient. I got 15 nieces and nephews. I've been an aunt since I was 1. I have 3 great aunt.
You're definitely
I'm a
meant
great
to.
aunt. I have a lot of titles and what an honor.
Yeah.
I grew up with the wisdom of Native American, and my mom always was like very on like we come from Native American. I was like,
Yeah.
we don't. I don't think we do, but I love that she has the heart.
Yeah.
We come from Irish and Scottish. My dad's 2nd generation. I am 3rd generation.
Okay.
From my dad's side. My mom's a mutt. She comes from Alaska. And I was like, I come from wise, witch, Irish, Italian women. Wise women, which is this word's being thrown around, and it's actually they're medicine women.
Yeah.
They're wise medicine women that help people spiritually awaken to the understanding of themselves. They do nothing. They just grew some stuff and said, hey, have a tea, sit here for a second.
Yep.
You'll feel better in a few moments. Your body is transitioning into your new self. You need something to help ease it.
I've been told that several times that I was a medicine woman, a shaman.
Yep.
That even the very first psychic I went to says, you're a healer. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I was a barista for 16 years. And she's like, your hands are so powerful. And you're a healer. And I'm over here like, what? This
I have done
crazy.
The same thing. I've literally laughed at shamans.
Yeah.
And even in Mexico,
Yeah.
I've sat down with wise women, medicine women, shamans, and they've all said something on those lines.
Yeah.
And I've looked at them and been like, why can't my family say this?
Yeah.
Why can't my friends say this? Why
Yeah.
can't the people that are... And they're looking at me and they're like, You don't need anyone to say it.
Right.
You don't even need us to say it.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. Okay. I like this. I like this. They're like, what an honor to even be in your presence. And I look at them and they're like, do you know that we gave every single one of these guests more medicine than you? But you had more of an impact on everyone by you just worshiping.
Wow.
You sat and worshiped and loved and held space for others I have never seen. I said, I hold it for the younger version.
Yeah.
Where there was no one there for me. Abuse that was unspeakable. I can't even fathom speaking about it without being a medicine experience with other people mourning together.
Yeah.
That's the grief. And that's why I created a retreat center. Mexico kind of enlightened me. I shared my dream with this person and they were like, I'm going after that. And I was like, but I want to be I'm sharing what the medicine shared my ancestors give me.
Yeah.
You can't take what my ancestors. Oh, I'm going to start a retreat center. I'm going to do all these things. Invites a woman down and does all that. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not here for this ugly picture.
Yeah.
I'm here for me. I'm going to keep on riding my bikes. I'm going to keep on getting to know the people. I'm going to draw. I'm an artist. I love making my own jewelry, making love.
Yeah.
But when I make jewelry, I make love.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
And when I create a starfish or an elephant or any of those beautiful creatures on paper, it's an expression that I had in my mind.
Yeah.
And I get to put it on paper and I'm like, whoa, like that's amazing. How am I able to do that?
Yeah. I can't wait to see all of this. Your drawings, your art, your jewelry, all of it.
I'm wearing a piece.
Oh my gosh.
And I love energy and I love sharing, hey, everyone, I'm just one woman.
Yeah.
I've had a hard life. And
look at you at 28. You should feel so proud.
I'm so proud of myself every second of every day. And even when people try to kick you down,
I'm right like, there with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You're giving me more
fuel to your fire.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're giving me the fire I need under my butt.
Because we know not to react.
Yes.
We know.
Sometimes you do. Yeah. And I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have created anger.
Yeah.
And I have had healing experiences with that anger.
Yeah.
I've yelled at this particular man being like,
yeah,
you brought me down here and you had me invest in you.
But I think it's important to make sure you are feeling it, but then
I feel it, but at the same time being like, all right, that was it. Thank you.
Yes.
Have a great life.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. When I got back to Kitsap, I had nothing.
So wait, you told him that you were going to do this, and then he
went,
took your idea.
He went and started doing it. He was like, I'm going to scratch what I originally was going to do. He was going to do these spicy content retreats. And I was like, I'm not that spirit girl.
Yeah.
I'm modest but sexy.
Yeah.
I like being modest and sexy.
Yeah.
I like to show my tatas when I feel comfortable, not when someone else is telling me I need to, because I need to sell an image and lie. And I'm not a liar.
Yeah. Good for you.
I even flat out said to this person, I said, I do not lie.
I physically can't.
I can't.
I get ill.
I will.
It makes me feel sick.
I start coughing. Yeah. I start feeling like I need to vomit.
Yes. It makes me ill too. Just even no, I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Even right now thinking about it, it just
right?
Like,
it doesn't. Right. That's because we're pure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even from this experience realized like, oh, you can't lie because you have pure love for yourself.
Yeah.
You self-love really well, so you know how to love from that place, and you know how to be raw with others when they
Yeah.
are lying with themselves, because they don't notice.
Yeah.
And
You're
you
probably
were there at some
I'm a
point
human
too.
lie detector. I can tell when
Yes.
people are
And
lying.
sometimes it fails me.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
this was that moment. I was like, okay, all right. Being told like, hey, you need to lie. You need to lie. I need you
Yeah.
to lie for me. Like, this is what we need to sell. And I was
Yeah.
like, but I don't sell.
Yeah.
I be.
Mm.
I am me. I am medicine.
Yeah.
I am a good woman who is the medicine.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to change who I am, what I am for anybody. I'll stay quiet
Yeah.
and I will wait until I am asked to speak. I'm really
Good for
good at being
you.
a wise woman.
Yeah.
And I learned so much. And I got back here and it was not a planned stay. I had my ticket to go back with him, but I realized this man cheated on me, lied to me, broke my heart, didn't even want to sleep with me. We're celibate. The
Yeah.
whole relationship did not want anything to do with me because he knew I was pure.
Yeah.
And he knew if he knew intimacy was hard for him. And I kind of respect him at the end of the day because it was kind of easier to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Because there was none. But it showed me that I had the power to be with someone and love someone that much and not have something that is, to be honest, necessary for a relationship to grow.
Yeah.
Intimacy and that deeper level is necessary with your partner.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to beg for it.
No.
And especially when they're going behind your back and talking to other women, treating it like it's two lives. And it's like, no, you're going to hurt somebody. And it's going to be me.
People can not only just do that or be with people who, you know, because when you found out, that's when you ended it, right?
There was a moment where I was like, I missed it so much.
Yeah.
This man, I took out my whole life savings.
Yeah.
I asked my own father for money.
But you knew in your gut it was the right thing to do.
He wasn't going to change.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kept quiet because we are in the same community.
Yeah.
Like in the healing community. And so I kind of went undercover for a year. My first year back. I moved to my friend's land, who is like a sibling to me. Moved in a pop-up in the beginning, just a pop-up trailer, last summer, and it was hard.
Wow.
It was challenging.
So did you give up on
No,
that
no,
at
no,
that
no.
time? Okay.
No, I was like,
I'm back.
I
said, I'm
came
gonna
back.
do this for
I'm
me.
gonna do this for me.
Okay.
And I had a retreat that summer. I had my first retreat, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did it. Oh my gosh, I cooked every meal. I hosted people. I kept it cheap.
Locally
in my backyard.
Awesome.
Same spot that I will have now.
Okay.
In a teepee. Last year I didn't have a teepee, and I was like, how do I show people that we all come from one space?
Yeah.
When you are born in a land, you receive the land's blessing.
Yeah.
I may not be native, but I'm native to this land. This land gave me breath.
Yeah.
These trees gave me oxygen. These birds give me life. These flowers give me something to look at that are beautiful.
Yeah.
And what natives showed me as a child, where I was kind of told I was.
Yeah.
And my sister did a DNA test and she found out. And I was like, what? My whole childhood memories, like all the paperwork that I did for like, oh,
right.
I'm native.
All from what you were told.
Yes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm not native. And I asked someone in Mexico, like, what does that even mean? And they looked at me and they're like, I am Mayan. Mayan is the people in Puerto Morelos
Okay.
in Mexico. And they're like, and I am native to this land because I was born on this land and I was handed down information from this land that came from my ancestors.
Okay.
That passed it down to my family that gave me the knowledge I have today. That makes me native. Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
And they're like, but know that your energy comes from Ireland and Scotland for a reason. You're native now to Washington State, and you're native to
Okay.
those people because of that birth. Look at it as an honor to be born on this side of the planet.
I would have never
I was
thought
like,
of
what
it
do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are you even comprehending?
Yeah.
This is personal. Your people had to come here for you to exist to help these people.
Yeah.
Your people that you call home. Washington. Washington is my home. It's where I've been born and raised. I was born in a house with a midwife, very naturally, very beautifully.
Yeah.
And I was my mom's most stubborn child. I am stubborn.
Yeah.
I'm a stubborn.
But in the best way, it seems like, yeah.
In the most fiery,
Yeah.
like kick you in the butt way. Like,
What sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
A Leo. I knew you were a fire sign. 4 of my best friends are Leos, and I was picking up on Leo energy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're lovers.
Yeah, big time.
Yes.
Austin was a Leo
lion,
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lioness. Lovers that have the fire of beauty.
Yes. I love Leos.
Yes. I do
Yes.
too. I'm biased. So
Yeah.
we kind of, Leos tend to love Leos.
Yeah. Oh, for
Because
sure.
we love to admire ourselves.
Yeah.
And just to be born a Leo was an honor already.
Yeah.
Because when you've done the psychedelic medicine that I've done, it's medicine to me.
Yeah.
I've only ever done these things in ceremony. Cannabis
Yeah.
has only ever been in ceremony. All these things are medicine to me. I've never done these outside of that.
Yep.
I've said no to ayahuasca, rapé that goes up your nose, that is grounded out tobacco. It just didn't call to me.
Yeah.
Medicine has to say, hey,
Yeah.
I need to teach you something. I need to show you something that you aren't seeing with your eyes right now, or hearing with your ears that is clogged, or
Okay.
I see it that way of just like, hey, we need to do a wash or a cleanse. Because sometimes when I do mushrooms, I'm sweaty and wet, and I'm like, why am I?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're detoxifying.
Yeah.
The thoughts, your ideas, your comprehension, or the energies that you've let be on you. Because I do believe that the people that you're around jump that energy onto them, and what you wear and how you present yourself.
And there's so many questions
Yeah.
I'm going to want to ask you later and
Yeah.
whatnot, but I've been experimenting. I'm very intentional too in ceremony when I do these medicines. But my last one, I did a lot of macro dose of mushrooms.
Yep.
And then included with the DMT. This was a journey that I went on with 2 other people. They brought me, and I had never had a bad experience before, but this night I haven't touched anything since because it literally was very traumatizing.
Yep.
And Austin even was just like, oh my gosh, that's too much doing that much together. I guess they gave me a macrodose of 4.4 with the DMT, and it was horrible. Like, it was like a slaughterhouse. Like, it was this close to my face, and it's like I felt like gum and I couldn't get out of it. And not trying to scare anybody out there, because every experience I've had has been beautiful, and it's good that we talk about all of these things because like you're saying, you know, with certain people, and you have to be very intentional. But yeah, I'll have to ask you more about that later. But I'm like, why did I see all that? And they had said, he said, I traveled all the way back to the beginning of my lineage. But what's crazy is this was my experience, but he saw everything that I saw.
I've had that happen.
Really?
Yes.
And because
it's happened to me a few times.
Really?
Yes.
yeah, and when I came out of it, I look over and they're just sitting there, like just crisscross. And I'm like, how do you guys sit that long for hours and hours? But he was explaining, he was like, yeah, whoa, that was the most intense ceremony I've ever witnessed. And he was explaining to me what I saw. And I was just like, I'm like, why? Why did I have to see
Mm,
that? And it was the feeling I was crying, was so intense and so just like, get me out of here. It was like super
mm,
fast, like a slideshow, like,
yeah.
but still to this day, I'm just like, what? Why?
I'm learning it can be the people that you do it with, how the medicine is handled, how it is approached, how it is loved,
Mm,
um, how you're like, are you being asked the right questions before you partake? I always ask people like, hey, what was your experience um,
yeah.
prior to them taking medicine? How is your experience with life?
Okay.
And some people don't ask that question. Like even with cacao,
Yeah.
I do cacao at my ceremonies, and it's just chocolate.
Oh, we serve cacao
Yeah.
before our moon
Yeah.
circles
And
here.
that's
Yeah.
the only medicine I do at my retreats
Okay.
because of how powerful I know it can be
Mm-hmm.
with the right person loving on it.
Yeah.
And for me, I know my power
Yeah.
because last retreat I had a thunderstorm and the girls are like, Allisha, your power is a little like, whoa, did you just bring this? I was like, we're going on a ride.
Yeah.
We just took Blue Lotus, but we couldn't even finish the drink before thunder, lightning,
Yeah.
and because sometimes you need to be in a rainstorm
Yeah.
and with girls and trying to find your tent and
Yes.
like
Oh, so fun.
struggling
Yeah.
just because your inside is struggling.
Yeah.
Sometimes that helps you. I hated it the whole time. I was soggy, wet, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was just what it needed to
Yep.
be. And medicine, I think, when you are approach it. Oh, English. Approaching it, you have
Be
to
in the
be
right
humble.
headspace
You
too.
have to be
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
And if you're with all the anxieties of life and frustrated or annoyed and my husband
And
or
I've always known that too. And that's why, like anytime I do a ceremony, oops, sorry guys, keep hitting the speaker. I make sure I'm in that good headspace. I don't have a lot of outside clutter and stuff going on, but it's just, and I really didn't have anything. Things were going really
yeah,
good. But that was the only bad experience. And I wouldn't even say bad, different. It was just very, I don't even traumatized.
challenging.
Yeah,
Yeah, traumatizing.
challenging. Yeah.
I've had a few of them. I've had blackout moments
Okay.
on psilocybin, moments where I'm just wake up and I've vomited on myself.
Yeah.
And that's embarrassing.
I mean,
It
yeah,
happens.
yeah,
Like people pee on themselves.
yeah.
People, it
And if you're
happens.
doing it with the right people,
Uh,
nobody's gonna sit there
I
and judge
wasn't.
or, oh, okay,
And like
okay,
I think when you like you get that nurture, but
yeah,
like when you have someone who is angry or frustrated and you're trying to help each other and you're doing medicine in a ceremony, but at the same time you're in a relationship with that person.
mm,
And that person's at the end of the day has anger, frustration. You threw up, you made a mess, you did
yeah,
this. When you come to, you're like, what happened?
yeah,
I've never blacked out. I've never drank to a point of blackout. I've always been in control of my vessel.
yeah,
And I'm proud of that.
yeah,
And in these two moments, it was just like, what happened? What happened? What happened? And I cleaned my bed, did what I needed to do to clean up what I needed to clean up.
mm-hmm.
And I laid in bed and I had kind of a similar thing of just like, I was
Super
like,
fast.
that's what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
Like I went through hell and back
yeah.
and no one nurtured me while I was doing it. Oh, I need to be mindful of who I'm doing this
So
with.
that's another reason why, and on this podcast, We talk about everything,
Everything.
because it's important. I don't want to be
Yes.
that podcast that just sugarcoats things. I want to talk about the real, the raw, the authentic, and that includes, people's bad experiences,
Yep.
good experiences,
Yes.
and if anything, help give listeners advice on, ways to approach things to be mindful of. So, yeah.
I started adding banana, orange juice, things that would help with nausea and all those things when I did them in ceremonies, because I was like, okay, like, how do I counteract this bad experience?
Okay. We should do a podcast episode specifically,
Yes,
especially since you're doing retreats and whatnot, but one's on a specific like medicine journey on prepping, aftercare, all of that.
Because to be honest, how I have approached it for me, what has worked for me, I know can always help someone else.
For sure.
Because I was scared to do these things. I was told that they're bad for you. They're demons. And I'm learning that like these medicines are not.
No.
They're wise.
Yes.
They're ancestors.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
But so many people abusing.
Yes, there are. And you can feel that when you're in certain, like, you can feel that in the medicine even. I've learned that, like, if you don't get it from a proper person, even your cannabis can give you, like, oh, this is... I'm like, I gotta start growing my own, because I can feel that buying it from the store is not right. It's not supposed to be this over chemically. This is not Santa Maria. This is drugs.
That's
what it is.
Teaching people things to look for and
how to approach it, how to love yourself in that. And know that you can make the mistakes. So I work with... After my first retreat, I was like, okay, how do I do this properly? I talked to my landlord. I was like, hey, you have all this land and you're still very much developing it. You've talked about buying a teepee.
Okay. And how long ago was this that all this started?
A year ago.
Okay. So now we're getting into
baby.
this. Yay.
She's my baby.
So let's hear it.
And he's like, I've always wanted to buy one. I'd buy one if you host your retreats here.
Awesome.
I think this would be a cool space to host retreats.
And this is in Port Orchard.
In Tahuya.
Oh, Tahuya.
So not that far.
Okay.
It's out there, but I kind of like that it's out there because
absolutely.
There's no cell phone service. There's
awesome.
It's a outhouse. Sorry, ladies.
No.
And there's running water
like that local.
Yes.
So I'm excited for this.
5 people.
Okay.
Only women.
Okay.
I say that I can only teach women because I am a woman.
Yeah.
People are like, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Like, you're going to leave it just for women? I said, well, men's uterus can't connect with the other uterus.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
And there's plenty of other things out there.
You can go for it. Your thing.
For sure.
This is specific for a reason. Only people who feel the call to find me. Yes, I know my first few aren't going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And there's going to be failures. Yes, there's going to be where no one shows up and I'm the only person there. And that's fine.
I feel like
I'm
our
okay
stories
with that.
are so similar too, because before Mystic, I decided to host a goddess circle out of my home for only women. And that's what inspired me. Like, this is what I'm meant to do. And long story short, but then I ended up opening it up to men and women. But then I've also held things for only women as well, so that's good. That's where
I want to open space where like a man leader says, hey, can I like rent your teepee for...
Or you co-host or something, and I have a couple people who I should link you up with. That would be incredible for that if you decide to do that.
I'd be down for that, but for these specific retreats for Allisha's journey, I'm sharing my raw self with people. I'm opening where I literally I'm rebuilding my life.
And that's what you know how to teach and how to,
hey, meet me where I am.
Yeah.
I live in paradise because I say I do.
Yeah.
Not because someone else says, hey, you live in a truck camper. Like, oh my gosh. Like, because I've been judged. I've been criticized. Like, how do you handle that? Like, how can, like, you're not strong enough. You can't do that.
I've heard it all too.
You're poor. said, but I'm rich in my heart, and that's
Yes.
all that matters to me.
Me
I
too.
would rather humble myself and say, yeah, someone took all my money and I owe my dad money. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's going to be patient because he's my dad.
Yeah.
And he knows what happened.
We have so much.
Yeah. My dad knows what happened, and he's
Yeah.
patient with me.
Yeah, mine too.
And he's like, because all this.
He believes in you too.
Well, he's only been in my life for 2 years now.
Okay.
I rekindled
Oh,
that
that's right. Okay.
relationship
Yeah.
because I needed my dad.
Yeah.
I sat him down and I was like, Dad, I'm in this situation. I'm
Same.
only 6 months into Mexico and I don't know what to do. And I sat him down and I was like, I need my dad. I cried. He cried. We met each other for the first time in my entire life where I got to see my dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, you live in hell. And I'm so sorry that you have alcoholism. And I'm so sorry that you can't find hope to live.
Yeah.
But I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
I'll meet you there, Dad. If you meet me in my heaven, I want you to see my kids. I want you to make it to watch me actually get married to a man that I chose, that you chose, that my family loves, that I love, that I get to participate in having children in love. And I did the hard work, and that person did hard work, and we're doing it in the pure intentions. I want you there. And he's been very supportive. Like, it's been so cool, but sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, my dad's alive. And it's like, oh my gosh, man, like, I can only hope for the moment I get to do that with my mom.
Yeah.
Because my mom holds a lot more trauma for me, and that takes time. I already told her, I was like, Mom, I'm sorry that you don't like how this is going, and you don't like it how it's going for you. But I'm in a healing journey. And when I get to the time where my ancestors are saying, we did your dad, you opened the keys we handed you the keys to the lockets for your heart to remember where you come from that side. When it's time, we will unlock those keys, those heart moments that need to be unlocked.
It's just not
in the
now.
right time.
Yeah.
Because it would be too much for you if you just went and opened them all.
Yeah.
You're like, gosh,
Yes.
oh my gosh, I
Oh my
opened
God.
all the keys
Yes.
and I don't have anything else. And it's like, no. Life is a mystery.
Yeah.
Life is magical if you let it just be.
Yes.
Everything is a moment to show you who you are. Just let that be medicine.
Yeah.
And what an honor to have a dad that has let me meet him in that. And
It's beautiful.
we haven't thought about that because normally I would have just been like, Dad, you're an alcoholic, you're disgusting. But now I'm like, Dad, thank you. And I'll sit there and I'll admire him for hours. And he'd be like, what are you staring at? I'm like, Dad, do you want to share a bowl?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah. Like I'll share those moments with you, and I'll snap you out of it. I'll watch the news with you. I don't have a TV, but I'll watch the news with you.
Yeah.
If you need to yell at it, let's yell at the news. I don't know what's going on, but
I'm
okay, let's do
I
it.
don't like TVs. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't watch the news.
No.
Yeah.
And so he kind of helped me realize I can do it. Like having that backbone kind of helped birth my first retreat. Now I'm kind of going after it with 4
retreats? Yep. Okay, so you had your first one
last year. This year I'm doing 4.
So have you had any other ones, or they're upcoming?
They're
so
upcoming.
You've only hosted one, and you have 3 upcoming.
But I have done before I did that retreat, I did 20 cacao ceremonies on the beach.
Okay.
Prior to leading up to that.
Okay.
But this time I was like, no.
Retreat time.
I need to reserve my energy.
Yeah.
I need to reserve myself. That leaked a lot of energy.
I bet.
That leaked a lot. Doing 20
before. The listeners are over here like, when is it? What are the details? So do we have dates and info?
So
I want to know. I'm excited.
June 27th to the 29th. July 25th to the 27th, August 15th to the 17th, and then the last one is the 29th to the 31st of August.
And the flyer we have hanging up on the window, is that all those dates or
Yes,
just
it
one of
shows
them?
all of them.
Okay.
It has the price of $150, and that just pays for your food and your living and cleaning up the porta potty, everything.
So it's $150, 2 nights, 3 days each time.
Yep.
Okay. It sounds like a Friday through a Sunday deal.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else that people need to know?
It's bring your own stuff.
Okay.
You'll camp in the teepee.
Bring your own stuff as in what
Meaning
kind of
like
stuff?
your gear, your sleeping like your sleeping bag.
Like you're camping.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going camping.
Okay.
Okay. It's 5 acres. But really it's 20 because there's tree farms next door, but no one's there because they're tree farms.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of trails, a lot of birds, a lot of different animals.
I'm going. I don't know which one, but so you've got one each month?
Yes.
June, July,
and then there's 2 in August because it's my birthday month. And
Oh,
so it's
when's your birthday?
August 6th.
Okay, Austin was the 8th.
Yeah.
8/8, the Lionsgate portal.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And it holds a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I lost my grandma and my best friend in that month. It's my birthday month. I have a lot of friends, so it holds a lot of power.
Yeah. And you're only accepting 5 people?
Yep. 5 ladies.
Okay. So it'll be you plus 5?
Yes.
Okay.
So then everyone has a partner.
Okay.
Everyone has the moment to see each other. It's intimate.
Is there times as far as when they show up, Friday, leaving? I'm just asking questions that people would probably want to know.
5 o'clock getting there, and then noon on Sunday is leaving.
Okay.
Ceremony will be on Saturday.
Okay.
That insists with a meal, a cacao ceremony that is the love ceremony of my book, Mexico.
Yeah.
It kind of helps you realize how much love you do have for yourself without needing anything more.
Yeah.
Children can do it. Okay. Children are welcome.
Yeah.
If just for the ceremony.
So there's no medicines?
Nope.
Okay, it's just cacao.
It's just cacao. Okay. The reason why I'm doing it that way is because there'll be music, there'll be food, there will be entertainment, there'll be other things. There'll be Zen time, hammocks, other things that are medicine that
to get there naturally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without saying, hey, you need this. Because what I'm doing is, hey, I'm on a journey, but I'm welcoming people into baby steps.
Smart.
If you're ready for a mushroom journey and those things, have a conversation with me.
Okay. Yeah.
That's something that is not this.
I love this. This is a very good beginners. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love this.
And I'm sharing like, hey, I'm cooking in a cauldron.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm a witch.
Cool. Yes.
I'm in a dress. Yeah. In my goddess attire. I would love for you to. Okay. Yes, we'll be camping.
Yeah.
But there's running water.
Oh, I can already picture it right now. Like just hippie headbands.
Yes. There'll tapestries everywhere.
Okay.
We're in a teepee.
Okay, so nobody's bringing tents. It's just
we're sleeping in the teepee. We're doing ceremonies in the teepee.
Okay.
We're hanging out in the teepee. The fire is in the teepee. Stars.
I am so going. Yeah. I am so excited for this.
And it's simple.
Yeah. What's the July date again?
July 25th to the 27th.
Okay, because I know I have one free weekend in July. I'm pretty sure June 27th. That's next weekend.
Yes.
Oh, it's this weekend.
And to be honest, no one booked.
That's okay.
And that's okay. For me, I'm okay with that.
But it's Monday today, and so who knows? We air this episode and we put it out there, and like you say, if it's not meant to be, but who knows? Maybe 5 people sign up in the next 2 days.
Yes. And I even said to myself, I said, if only people sign up for the ceremony. Cool.
What do you mean only the ceremony?
If they just say, hey, I can't make it for the whole weekend, but I'll make it for the Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. It's $35 per ceremony.
Yeah.
But it includes a meal, so that's another $35 because I have to buy everything for the meal.
Okay.
So,
so that is an option for people, but it's still part of the 5 people.
Because for me, I'm like, if 5 people do sign up,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
But if 5 people don't sign up, then it's an opportunity to open it up to others.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
that's
And you're
and
going to
that's how
learn
I'm
this
gonna do
as
it.
you go
Yes.
too, like
And
changing
this is
things up.
why this is
Yeah.
hey, I'm just one person.
Yeah.
I'm learning as I
Oh,
go,
I
so
get
it's not
it.
gonna be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Don't expect it to be
I want to
perfect.
help with this, you know, because I
Yes.
get so many people who come in here, can I hang this, do this? And, you know, so now I'm actually so thrilled that we are getting to know each other and
Yes.
learning what you're about. And I'm so pumped about this. I have
Yes.
so many ideas as we're sitting here talking, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who are really excited about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay, I gotta share this to my community. But
Thank you for reaching out.
yes,
And I'm
thank
like,
you.
yes, let's do
I
it.
was so nervous. I was like,
No. No, I'm
Yeah.
so excited that we are.
Yes. And I'm excited to share me.
Yeah. As you should be.
Share me and share, hey, you don't need me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
But I am inviting you into my energy. I'm
Yeah.
inviting you into a meal. I'm inviting you into family.
Yep.
And it is a family aspect.
Yeah.
I am a mom without having children.
Yeah. Me too. I'm a nurturer.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
only want to nurture.
Yeah.
And that's my place. And will you give me the honor to nurture you in your hurt, your
Yeah.
grief, your anger? Let's scream.
Yeah.
Let's scream on the top of our lungs and say, F this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want
Yes.
to love the little child. I want to love that 15-year-old. I want to love that young adult. I want to
Yeah.
love the 50 to 60, 70. This isn't for any age. Like, this is for
Oh,
everybody.
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't care if you're a mom.
Yeah.
If you're saying, "Hey, my child can't find daycare for all that." Bring him.
Yeah.
I'm not going
That's,
to let a man hold that back either. And if
yeah.
people have a problem with people bringing their children to a healing experience,
Yeah.
then it's
No.
not for them.
Yeah.
And I know those retreats will be like, the universe will have them be for a reason.
Yeah.
And
there's so many children right now too. We're just lately, you know, trying to do more of gatherings, you know,
yes.
community gatherings, retreats, events, that kind of thing. And there's been so many requests for children, you know, mommy and daughter or parent and child. So I see that kind of
Yes.
forming
And
too.
I do offer like one-on-ones.
Okay.
I
Okay.
do offer family cacao ceremonies with a meal.
Okay.
In the teepee, you can also, because it's not every weekend.
Yeah.
I have every weekend open for the teepee to be rented
Okay.
out, to be.
So we need to get that out there and let people know, and definitely
Yeah.
like videos, give them a little clip of,
Yes.
you know, seeing it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a space that I've gotten to nurture myself in.
Yeah. I'd be hanging out there all the time.
Yes,
I'm sure
and
you
I do.
are.
I
Oh
do.
my
I have a
gosh.
bloodhound.
Yeah.
She is a part of it. Her name's Ruby. I named her for her royal name.
I love that. Yes.
Ruby Red, and she's a nurturer.
Yeah.
And she is going to be there as medicine also.
Yeah.
She's going to be there as someone to love, to hold. She hugs.
Yeah.
She's such a good hugger. And she talks.
Yeah.
She'll grunt at you and be like, it's okay. It's okay.
Animals. Oh my gosh.
And I think because I believe in those things,
Yeah.
she feels more comfortable to share that.
Yeah.
And some of my siblings have been like, that. Can you give me her? Like, she's mine.
She's mine.
She's mine.
How long have you had her?
4 months.
Oh.
But she has bloomed in, like, it was meant to be. Like, she chose
Yeah.
me prior. I went to Mexico last week. So I've.
Oh, last week you
Yes.
went? Okay. Okay.
I came back. I went back to Mexico to get the rest of my things.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a closure.
Yeah.
The last time I was there was honesty.
Yeah.
All the honesty came out before I flew back.
Okay.
And I kind of went silent my last few months there, and I didn't do much biking. I didn't do much of my normal things.
Yeah.
Because this gray cloud was around. And when I went back, it was kind of like, you made friends.
Yeah.
Your friend is picking you up from the airport.
Yeah.
You're going to stay with her and her kids. You have people here that see you
Yeah.
as you. Just let them see you.
Yeah.
And I walked around the shops, and they're like, shh, shh. I'm like, how do you remember me? It's been a
Yeah.
year. They're like, oh my gosh, you bought this from me. You bought this from me. I'm like, you ride your bike, you sing. I was like,
Oh.
how do you remember all that? Oh, no, wait one moment. And they'll run back and they'll grab an art piece that I drew at their like the coffee shop or
You don't forget special people.
no.
Yeah.
Especially people that are willing to give pieces of them so
Yeah.
freely. Because my
Yeah,
art
of
is
course
my
they
heart.
remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel their heart,
Yep.
their family, their home to me. And
Yeah.
I think I will always find them home.
Yeah.
And one of the girls I did a sound healing with.
Okay.
And it was my last night. And she looked at me and she was just like, "Damn." And I looked at her and I was like, am I the damn girl? And she's like, you were so quiet. You were so quiet when you were here.
The last time?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
I'm
was
sure she
like,
just saw how much you've blossomed.
yeah. She was like, what? Who is this?
Yeah.
I said, I'm just the goddess I was prior. You knew that.
Yeah.
And she was like, I did.
But
But I didn't know the extent of how dark and raw and pure and damn, girl. And I looked at her and I was like,
Yep.
and she was like, I get to be fully my feminine self without judgment, or it's
Yeah.
making me have my ego's like, I feel like I'm on ayahuasca.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, I said,
Oh, I love that.
and she
And
was
people
like,
feel that
yes,
big time.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think I don't need the medicine to be the medicine.
No.
I just need to bring the energy that it hands me. I don't
Yeah.
need to participate in ayahuasca. I just need to be offered ayahuasca. And I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I've been offered ayahuasca twice. And I always look at the person who's offering me because I know it's a
Energy,
medicine
yeah.
experience because they have to offer me it. The universe has to offer me it for me to have the honor to say no. To say
I
that
like
that
the way you put
medicine
that. Yeah.
that medicine isn't calling you. And it's challenging because some
Yeah.
people are like, let's dive in.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, I looked at this person, I said, thank you for asking me. What an honor to have been asked.
Yeah.
But she's not calling me right now. And he looked at me and he's like, oh, you see. I said, yeah, I see. I don't need that
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
I see the giants. I see my ancestors. I see how big I truly am.
Yeah.
But do you?
Yeah.
Do you need the medicine to see that? And he's like, I don't think I do. I was like, he was like, you saying no to this is enough.
Yeah.
And you keeping on that no. Because I kept on saying no to multiple things down there. And she even got to witness that. And that time she just was looking at me and she's like, damn, girl, I wish I knew. I said, but that's not how that goes. You know that.
Yeah.
It had to have me come back.
Yep.
Have the person who dealt me my cannabis be a part of this sound healing for it to be a part of this equation.
Yeah.
My friend Samuel has to be here. This has to be a divine moment for you to see me see you. And she's like, I've never had someone see me so clearly, but so beautifully.
Yeah.
It's because I see every soul who has worked on themselves
Oh, yeah.
as a beautiful soul because I know how dark, how scary and frightening it must have been.
Yeah.
To find you again. And how scary it is every day to wake up and be like, oh my gosh.
And I think that's the most beautiful part too is, I encourage people, whether you're going through it right now or you have been, look at the times that were so hard, like right when you got there, but look at where you're at now.
Yes.
It's all orchestrated and part of it. And it's not always easy, but when you really look at obstacles as opportunities and just you're having a change of perspective is a game changer.
Yes.
My favorite that I preach all the time is this isn't happening to me, it's happening for me. I have all these catchphrases I say all the time, and I truly believe them.
Yes, me. Yeah.
Truly. And I think my faith is what is so strong. Like my faith is so strong no matter what I'm going through. That's what I always fall back on. I don't know
Same.
how I'm or what the hell is going on, but okay, we got this.
We got
you know?
this.
Yeah.
I got this because it got it.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't need to be in control.
Yes.
Because I have faith.
Yeah.
I have this divine power to know that it will work out.
Yep.
I have a divine power
Like
to
you know it to
say,
your core. You just
yes.
know.
Because you have I watched this documentary on Netflix. I forget what it's called, but it was about psilocybin and how how it kind of awakens you, or it cannot, or and I had this moment of watching it, and it said, when it's ready for you, it will awaken you, and it will shake it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll shake everything up, and know that.
Yeah.
Know that you're doing something that is, anything you take into your body is shaking something up.
Yeah.
Shaking up your ideas, your thoughts. So know every day is an opportunity for you to choose positivity or breaking yourself down.
Yeah.
Killing yourself in reality.
Yeah.
Choosing to live life or dying. Choosing life. I always tell people, I was like, I'm eternal.
Yeah.
I live everlasting life. This flesh can die all at once.
Yeah.
Bye. I don't
Yeah.
need you. What an honor to have had you, because you're beautiful.
Yeah.
I admire my body more than I want any man to ever admire it. But not every man
Powerful.
needs to see it.
Yeah.
Not every man needs to acknowledge it. But I acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Yep.
And I want to teach women that. I want
Yes.
to teach people, like, hey, you are a divine opportunity.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for even saying I am able to invite you into a ceremony. Thank you for giving me the honor. Let me wash your feet. Let me let's go to the river. Let's wash everything.
Yeah.
Let's dance. Let's go on a paddleboard, do some meditation, sing, scream.
Yes.
And I
Oh my
want to teach
gosh.
women that we are Mother Earth, experiencing Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And we are as chaos and beautiful and
But it's
grimy.
finding ways in how to thrive and find peace in the chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Earth is a good example of it.
Mm-hmm.
And nature is. And so that's why I am having it in a teepee. That's why I am having it with no phones, no electricity, you're out there in the wilderness.
Everybody put your phone in a bowl and it's getting locked up. I love that so much.
I don't even care if there's photos.
Yeah.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
We can take a photo beforehand and we can take a photo after.
But to be present.
But I'm teaching you to be present.
Yeah.
Because I'm teaching myself every day to be present.
Me too.
Because I'm a human.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to teach you something that I've already accomplished.
Amen.
I don't. Yeah. That's not me.
It's
I'm
like
human.
we know the stuff, but then you go about your daily life and it's like, it's hard.
Goes away. Sometimes you need a retreat to be like,
oh, that's what it. Yes, definitely.
That's the reset. And that's why I'm like, okay, I'm going to do 4 this year. Because I felt called that it needs to happen for this specific year. Maybe next year I'll do 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Maybe I have one every.
More. Yeah.
Maybe I have one every week.
Yeah.
Why not?
I see this chill. Like this is happening now that I know more about it and just more of your story. I know people are going to be thrilled about this. And I definitely going to, like tonight, I'm going to decide which one I can make it because, and then the 2 in August are what weekends again?
They are my glasses are on. The 15th to the 17th in August and the 29th to the 31st.
Okay. It's definitely going to be, and June's this weekend.
Yes.
So it's most likely going to be July unless we can swing I think we can pull it together because this coming weekend is the one weekend I don't have anything booked. I do need to work, but hey, I would literally like close up the shop if I had to and do that. So I see it definitely either happening this weekend or I'll for sure be at July. But I think we can round up some girls and do this.
And if anybody who is like, hey, I do sound healing, sound bowls, do music, and they are women,
Okay.
message me.
Okay.
I would love to invite other teachers, wise women, medicine women into the space to teach. If you're able to give your free time, I'm providing the food and providing like the space. If you're willing to
Do
share
you
your
do
heart,
sound bowls and whatnot?
I will eventually.
Okay.
But I'm such a baby right now that
Yeah.
I'm still very much learning, but
I
it's
want to
in
learn
my
too.
call.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to manifest it for my birthday. I'm like, my birthday's
Okay.
August 6th. I
Yeah.
want these. Like, I
Oh,
have a
yeah, you
certain
could
one in
do
my, I
it.
have one, a
Yes.
certain one in my cart. I'm like, this is gonna happen for me.
Do you know how to use them? You just don't
Yes,
have them?
I know how to
okay.
use them. I know. I had the opportunity to play with them in Mexico.
Okay. That's something I
um,
want to learn too. I've never really even messed with them.
I'm a singer too,
Oh my gosh,
so
of
I
course.
want to. I want
Yes.
to share with people that like you can even use regular songs. So this retreat will use songs that I've been listening to and just sitting with and
Okay.
resonating with, and tunes that I've been resonating with to share with you. Like, hey, it can be that simple.
Yeah.
Just listen to the words.
Yeah.
Awaken my soul.
Oh my
My
God, you remind
heart.
me so much of my best friend Corey, who plays all the instruments, writes her own music. She used to host circles here and whatnot. She lives on property with a Lotus tent out in like towards Marysville, out that way. You would love her. I mean, yeah, I'll have to
Yes.
fill you in on that, but I can see some collaborations for
Yes.
sure. And then there's another gal who just hosted the Breath of Light workshop.
I saw that.
And her voice was so
Oh.
beautiful. She was singing, and it was just very small and intimate. And yeah, we definitely need to sync up with a couple people for sure.
Yes.
I can see this being just, oh yeah, it's gonna.
And I think that's kind of why I was quiet.
yeah,
Is because this stuff.
yeah,
Like, oh, we got. It was like kind of like telling me be patient.
yeah,
Like choose wisely the podcast you choose.
yeah,
Choose wisely of how you go about things.
absolutely.
Choose wisely and resonate with the person that you're sharing your
So
stories
smart.
with.
Yes.
Be resonant with where you're moving and how they're moving.
Yeah.
And where they're trying to move to and where you're trying to move to.
Yeah.
And so thank you for giving me the honor to share that with
Absolutely.
you.
And thank you for reaching. I mean, already I'm like, we're going to be I'm so
Yeah,
excited for
awesome.
this.
And I think
our mission's the same too,
Yes.
you know, like we're in it because it's not about money to me. It
No.
never has been. It's about the healing that takes place and the transformation. I get that high from seeing where somebody started to where they are now and just doing the work to heal that because of how much it started changing my life. I'm like, more
Yes.
people need to know about this. And it's just, I love it. I love it so much.
And I think that's my heart.
Yeah.
My heart is I've lost a lot of friends that
Yeah.
are women, postpartum, all those things.
Yeah.
Like I am a woman.
Yeah.
I know the thoughts that I have.
Yeah.
I know the self-doubt I have had.
Yeah.
I know the self-worth problems I've had. The mommy daddy issues,
Yeah.
the trauma, the body deform
Oh yeah.
like
Dysmorphia.
yeah, like
Yes, all of
I
it.
had it all.
Yep.
And I think that's why I am in the divine moment where I get to sit across from you and share my story and
Yeah.
share what I'm doing
Yeah.
at 28.
Yeah.
I have so much time. And
Yeah. And so many people need to hear like all of it.
yes.
Yeah.
And this is just a tip of the iceberg
yeah.
of my story.
I know.
And
That's I'm like, here we go. We're gonna be getting in here.
and I'm thankful that I do have that. I
Yeah.
have depth.
Yeah.
I have ugly, I have good, I have great, I have amazing, I have beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know it.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know that my ugly is beautiful.
Yeah.
I can change those ashes into diamonds.
Yes.
Because of the pressure I put on the soil, not the other way around.
Beautiful. Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what I wanted. I want women to stand up for themselves.
Amen.
I
That's
want
where
them
I'm
to say,
at.
no, I'm done. I'm done saying
I'm the one
no
that's
to
like,
my freedom
yeah,
to myself. I am
yeah,
done saying that I am not my own savior because I can only save me. No one else can.
yep.
No one
Oh,
outside
man.
of me can save me besides me.
Yep.
And now women are so dependent on their partner or
Oh, I
their
know.
friends and their girlfriends. And I'm like, what are you doing? I have none of them.
Yeah.
I have chose a really lonely life.
Yeah.
And some of my friends can testify that. They're like,
Yeah.
Alicia's so quiet. Like, it takes everything to get her out
I mean,
of...
you're speaking all my language, everything you're saying.
I go to paddleboarding by myself. All the fishermen know me at this point because I go there all often because they're like, she's here every day.
But isn't that so beautiful that you are protecting your peace? But now it's time to find those people who are
Mhm.
vibrating on your same
Yes.
frequency.
Yes.
You know, like everything I'm like, oh my
Everywhere
God,
I go.
I'm like listening
Yes.
to you and I'm like, this is me talking to people, like hearing myself. It's so
Yeah. And I
crazy.
think, what a good mirror then.
Yeah.
What a good mirror I'm being.
Yeah.
If what I'm saying resonates with you,
Yeah.
what a good mirror I'm being to be me
Yeah.
and have other people hear me.
Yeah.
Because before it was like I was talking and I was underwater.
Mm-hmm.
And it was scary because it was like, but no one wants to hear what I have to say. I got really nice things to say. Like the universe I've created in my mind
Yeah.
is so beautiful. The isolation that I've created for myself, I want to burst and share with you, and how fast it gets to you faster.
Yeah.
I hope it gets to you and touches your heart like a blazing fire that you don't have to do the work I had to do to get them.
Right.
I hope
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
I hope by you touching my hand and us just weeping together
Mm-hmm.
is enough for you to see that it's okay for you to,
Yeah.
for you to feel, because I wish I had that person. And that's why I started it. Yes, someone pushed me into starting Allisha Journeys.
Yeah.
But now I get to be like, no, I'm doing this for me.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think there's always that. Like, my girlfriend pushed me to hosting my first goddess circle.
Yeah.
You know, and then with my podcasting, I had trauma from not feeling heard, feeling unheard. And I've always been a talker, but I am very camera shy and behind the scenes. You know, I'm very confident in person, but when it comes to this, and I'm like, I need to do this, and I love it. And the feedback I, always get from my podcasting. So thank you for getting me back, getting my mojo going again too, because I really do enjoy hearing people's stories and just putting our stories and our advice and guidance out there for people, because I know it definitely makes a huge difference in people's lives.
It does.
Yeah.
Baby
And I want to do
steps.
a bigger impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby steps can get you to those big impact moments.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It's not about like, bam, it's there. That's why I'm like, it's so new. Like, keep that, keep the rawness.
Yeah.
It's such a baby.
Yeah.
It's my baby. 10 years from now, she could be a full-on women's retreat center in 20 acres.
Oh, yeah. No, I see it. Like, I can picture it. But also a reminder to people out there, who are starting something, like Allisha, or like I did with Mystic, don't forget, it's not about the destination.
No.
It is about the journey. I think that's the part that people forget. They're just so anxious, because I'm guilty of it too. I used to like just try and get to the end goal, but the journey is the best part.
Yes.
Every part of it.
I've beat myself up so many times.
Yeah.
Just even this year.
Yeah.
Having my last retreat, everyone was like, this was so great. And I beat myself up. I was like, oh my gosh, it could have been better. It could have been like this. I could have done this.
It was how it was
no.
meant to be. Yeah.
They were like, we had steak, we had potatoes, it had good flavor. I was like, oh.
We're always going to critique it, and how can we do better?
Yes.
But doesn't that make us, like, it just shows how much we love what we're doing too, and care, and how we can make it a better experience, but not beat ourselves up. But how am I wearing this? You always want to say, okay, in what ways can I add to it or
Yes.
that kind of
And
thing.
then I had to think of it as a baby. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta add to it. Okay, I'm adding a teepee.
Yeah, that's so
Next
cool.
year,
Oh
we'll
my
be
gosh.
adding something else.
Yeah.
Maybe a yurt. Like, we don't
Yes.
know. And that's the
It's
beauty
gonna
of the
happen.
unknown. And
Yeah.
maybe I buy my own land and
Yeah.
I make it a full garden serenity because
So
I'm a
awesome.
bird lady.
Okay.
So
That's so awesome.
I talk to the birds.
Yeah.
I hang out with the birds. The birds follow me. Dragonflies land on me. Butterflies
So
love
awesome.
me. I'm Snow White because I choose to be.
I'm coming over all the
Yes, you
time, like
can.
literally.
I have fires by myself all the time,
I
and
love fires.
me too. It's very connected to your soul,
Yeah.
and it's important for our human existence to ground ourselves
Absolutely.
and recenter ourselves. And fire is a good recenter.
Yeah.
And it's a good cleanse.
Yeah.
Sometimes just throwing like notes
Oh
or
yeah,
things
we
that you
do
need.
fire ceremonies
Yes.
at the circle sometimes, and
I
for
do.
releasing and outside and all the
Sometimes
things.
I do it almost every day. I'll
Yeah.
write a note, I'll take a lighter and be like,
Oh
I
yeah.
gotta,
Yes.
this
I love
person
my
at work made me
rituals.
mad. This person.
Yes. Burn it.
I gotta burn it. I had to see it in the physical to really let it go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And I think that's what is beautiful about what I'm doing is people have asked me like, is there religion behind it? No,
Yeah.
just you.
Yes.
What do you believe in? Tell me what you believe in. I
Yeah.
would love to hear. I would love to hear your story. I would love to sit with you. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about being able to not feel judged or criticized. And if you do feel criticized and judged, come to me.
Yeah.
Let me sit with you and cry with you. It doesn't matter who's going to the retreat.
Yeah.
It's about me being intentional to be with you. Stop looking at everyone else. Acknowledge that no one else matters besides you in this moment. And that's what I want to do.
Allisha, you are a beautiful, beautiful soul. And I am so excited. Like literally, my body over here has just been vibrating because
Good.
I'm always craving to be around like-minded individuals, and people who are as pure. It's hard to find good, raw, authentic people and people who care so deeply and want to help others, And so I believe in you. I'm so proud of you for following through with this. I'm super excited to see this through and to attend it. And yeah, I'm just really excited.
I'm excited to be on the journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited to even be where I am and be in my meat sack.
That's what Austin would call it, a meat suit.
Yeah, meat suit, my vessel, my avatar.
Yep.
In reality, I'm grateful that I get to be my soul.
Yeah.
My spirit, because I'm divinely me. And no one else gets to be me. And no one else gets to bring the energy I get to bring. And just the same as you.
Yeah.
And I want to share with people that that's for you too.
Yeah.
Like, you already have that in you. Yeah. I'm just going to
I'm over here like, okay, you're speaking my language, but at the same time too, I'm like, I feel like I'm going to learn a lot from you, and I'm really excited about that because I love learning, growing, all of it. And when I find, I'm so excited. I'm over here slapping my microphone. When I find people like that, I'm literally just drawn. I feel your energy, and it's very admirable. And yeah, I'm really excited.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to share me.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of women like me that are scared.
Yes.
To share themselves. They've had men around them, women around them, bad juju around them, telling them that they can't do something. And I am like,
that don't work for me.
No, I've always been a fighter. I've always been a black sheep. I've always been on the outside looking in. I've always been the observer. I've always been the learner.
Yeah.
I've never been the teacher. But I don't want to be the teacher.
Yeah.
I just want to be me.
Yeah.
And everyone else can be their teacher.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is about. This is about just a woman being a woman saying, hey, you get to be a woman too. Can I share how wonderful that is? By just you sitting with me or
Yeah.
admiring me so I can admire you. Because some people, they can't even handle being looked at in the eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah.
And I'll
Yeah.
start smiling and my smile gets bigger and they're like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, you don't like being admired? They're like, I
Makes
don't
them feel
even.
awkward.
Well,
and like,
one person said to me, they're like, because I've never admired myself. I can't look at
mm,
myself in the mirror. I don't even have a mirror in my house because I can't look at myself.
yeah.
I said, I've been there. I
Yeah.
felt that. But you can
Yeah.
because I am.
Yeah.
I am looking at you.
Yeah.
And I see this creature that just wants to be admired.
Yeah.
This animal that wants to come out, that just wants to see everything, experience everything, be in the moment, and slow down time, but is scared to do that. And
Yeah, that's still me.
it's still me in the moment. Right now, I'm
Yeah.
like, what am I
Came
doing?
so far, but there's still that for
Like,
sure.
this is my first time ever even on a podcast.
Yeah.
But a year ago, 2 years ago was the first time I ever went on a camera sharing my story or sharing me and
Yeah.
being more open to do that with people. And
And it's like, what are we so afraid of?
yes.
You know? And still, and that's the hardest part that I'm like, I know all this, like, what? But then you go to do it, you know? And
Yes.
so, yeah, it takes baby steps, but
Mhm.
constantly reminding yourself of
I'm
that.
worthy.
Yeah.
I'm worthy.
I'm worthy.
And I hope my story helps others to start babies.
Yeah.
Like their baby
Yes.
retreat center,
Yes.
whatever they would like. But I
Yeah.
believe that we need baby ones right now in this
Yeah.
country.
Yes. And here we go.
In this country,
Yeah.
we need it more than ever.
I know.
There are so many people that are being misdosed, told
Yeah.
that hey, you have cancer, and it's not true.
Yeah.
And they're given all these things and it's like killing them.
Yeah.
There's so many medicines that are destroying this country. And I'm over here, a little woman. Can I share that, like, herbs are really cool?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, rosemary, lavender,
Yep.
essential oils, they can, like, literally transform you. A cacao
Yeah.
can literally anti-age you from the inside out. Literally can make you become younger the more you drink chocolate.
Cacao
Yes.
can? Oh, I did not know
yes.
that
It
part.
can
Okay.
That's why I only offer cacao in the entry,
Okay.
because it reboots your cycle. It will then reform your cycle to be on a proper rhythm.
Okay.
It will actually help with your blood flow, your heart, anti-age you, reform. It's a powerful
I
medicine.
mean, I always say,
but it's
like,
raw. It's
I get
raw
younger
cacao.
looking the older I get.
Yeah,
You know, I
same.
just tell myself that all the
And
time.
I say I'm getting younger the more I'm
Yeah.
getting to know myself.
I like that.
I am not aging anymore
Yeah.
because I know that I am eternal.
Yeah.
I'm everlasting.
I could never, it blows my mind when people are like, oh my God, I look so, I'm like, I would never speak that way about myself. You know, there's no way.
It's so powerful to speak.
Yes. I'm like,
Your words are so powerful.
I'm always telling people, watch your words.
I'll look at even with please or thank you. I even words like
yes.
like don't demand something.
Yeah.
Say, hey, may I have something? Like,
Yes.
may I have this? May I, like, always have manners when you speak.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's listening. You
Yeah.
don't know the power behind it. You don't know what's happening behind the veil.
Yeah.
The veil that we are confused about. But
Yeah.
a woman like me, I see both worlds.
Yeah.
And I am humbled every second that I get to. And some people would put me in a hospital for what I believe and think of in my head.
Yeah.
But I don't have to share.
Yeah.
I don't have to leak that.
Yeah.
I don't have to show my universe to everybody because it's
No.
my universe.
Yeah.
It was my birthright
Yes.
to have my own experience of my universe, my voice in my head, my consciousness, my consciousness.
Yeah. And see, and that's something I'm still learning. You know, I'm a Virgo. There's so many things where, you know, I'm like doing all the appointments, doing all the meditations, and I'm around people who see spirit and hear it and feel it. And I am learning that I'm more tapped in than I give myself credit, where I see this happening where I'll be doing a podcast episode on knowing what it was like for those people who have gone through or going through what I am, how I was looking for something more than like thinking you could actually see it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's not that way. The more I slow down and just I meditate every night, I'm realizing these things I thought were just normal every day.
Yes.
They're not. Yeah.
And it doesn't happen for everybody.
No. Yeah.
And that's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs to see, like, I can walk in a room, sit in the corner and watch 30 people squirm and like in their skin.
Yeah.
But no one else is seeing it. I can see the sadness. I can see the heartbreak. I can see the trauma. I can see the snake or the spider. I see people as animals.
Really? That's
and
so
I love
cool.
it because that's what I draw. And then I
Okay.
gift people an animal because that's what I saw them as prior to seeing them.
Okay.
And when I feel that, I give them a piece.
And when you say you see that, is it more so from the energy that you're or you actually like?
I actually see
Whoa.
sometimes like, because I'll look at someone and admire them, but I can see their glitches.
Okay.
Like just like what if you did a psychedelic or any of those, you see those glitches that happen and you're like, oh, how do I play with that without it?
Okay.
How can I now use this medicine as without medicine? How do I implement what I've seen in my daily so I can still keep on awakening as much as I was on the medicine, outside of the medicine? And I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. This is powerful.
Yeah.
How do I show other people that they can do that without the medicine? Like they can now start seeing people's souls and start seeing people's hearts and start seeing them as their spirit, because I grew up with religion.
Yeah.
We are painting this beautiful picture about Jesus, and he dies, comes back to life, and goes to heaven. No, they did not recognize Jesus when he came to life.
Yeah.
Because he was in his soul spirit. I'm soul spirit prior to my existence. So it makes sense no one recognized him. Makes sense that no one even really, like, they were like, oh, who are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're Jesus. But just a regular man. I'm just a regular woman. And when I die, I will go back to my soul. You will see my soul spirit. And I will choose to go to heaven, or I choose to come back to earth to reboot.
Yeah.
And some people do. I have multiple times.
See, that's what I'm so curious about, because people will say, oh, I saw your soul. And you see, like, to me, I'm like, what? Because all the experience, I'm like, what do you mean you saw? My friend Joey was telling me when we had a DMT ceremony, it was just me, Austin, Joey, and he goes, Tosh, I saw you so clearly, you know, like I saw your pure heart, and you know, I've never even opened up to any of even my close guy friends, but I knew I could trust you and confide in you. And I'm like, what do you mean you, like, I'm curious, like, how does that show up? What are you seeing?
For me, because everyone has their own personal experience. For me, it could be a turtle. And it's not just like your whole body is a turtle.
Yeah.
It's like it presents itself. It's like your heart opening up like a light. And then it's like handing me like, she's just a seal, or she's just a turtle, just swimming in the water, floating. And she has this, because turtles are powerful.
Yeah.
If people don't know the meaning behind the turtle shell, to the turtle, to their power, to their understanding of the universe, basically on their back.
Oh, yeah.
When I see it, you should feel honored when I draw it and hand it to you.
Yeah.
And I draw a lot of seahorses.
Okay.
Because a lot of Washingtonians are seahorses.
Yeah.
And then people are like, what do you mean? Seahorses are cute. They're
Yeah.
adorable. They're
Yeah.
funky. They're quirky. They're
Yeah.
dorky. They have tattoos. They got
Yeah.
they don't got
Yeah.
they got piercings.
Yeah.
And I love Washingtonians because I see
That's
seahorses all the
so
time, or
awesome.
seals,
Yeah.
or otters.
So do you
or
mostly like, or for the most part, see an animal in each person?
yeah, it's
Really?
like their soul presents it.
Okay.
So just like me in this life, it
Yeah.
presented itself to me. The universe presented itself to me.
Okay.
So I presented myself with me
Yeah. Yeah.
on a
Oh my
platter
gosh, so cool.
and was like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like everything else falls off.
Yeah.
And what an honor. And I think people need to start awakening to that understanding that you are meeting yourself there.
Yeah.
Me having a retreat space is saying, hey, I would love for you to meet yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give you that time, space, energy to get there faster,
Yeah.
easier,
Yeah.
like a ship. It's
Yeah.
like a galaxy ship
Yeah.
because you're going through planets.
Yeah.
What I do is going through planets. We're going through the deep roots. We're going through all
Yeah.
of it
Oh my gosh.
to
I'm
meet
so excited
you
for this.
where you are and to say, hey, Earth is my core. I am my own galaxy.
Yeah.
And I think women need to start realizing that, not just from me, but others. That's why I want to welcome other teachers
Yeah.
and singers and Reiki and tarot cards. I
All
don't
of
care
it.
what
Yes.
you
Yeah.
believe in, if it can get me there faster.
I have been
If
looking
it
for
can-
something like this, especially in nature, you know,
Yes.
because we do our circles and whatnot in the back here, but I'm like, oh, I love being outside. And the fact, yeah, you have a teepee and just, yeah, the crystals, the cards, the
Yes.
singing. I am so excited.
And I want
for
people to
this.
bring their own things.
Yeah.
Last year, someone brought their own tarot cards.
Yeah.
Two of the girls brought their own tarot
Okay.
cards. And I'm like, it made it cooler.
Oh, yeah. I'll be bringing my bag of crystals,
Yes,
tarot cards.
we all sat down and got to read.
Yeah.
And got to read the cards and get to learn about the cards.
Yeah.
And I'm new to that space. I got to ask the questions.
Mm.
And some people ask me, like, how do you handle something that is not something you practice? Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
What an honor for someone to show me something that they believe in. Why do we have to judge?
Yeah, right.
Stop judging.
I love it when everybody is so different.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
you to. I am different.
Yeah.
I am quirky.
Yeah.
I am weird.
And me too. Yeah.
I wear layers.
Yeah.
I am layers.
Yeah.
And I want your onion to delayer in front of me and say, here is my core.
Yeah.
And I will do the same.
Yeah.
I want to teach people that that's safe.
Beautiful.
With the right people.
Yes.
And the universe plays the role in my life.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm playing the role of like, hey, you can't come to the retreat. You can't. No, it won't touch me.
Yeah.
A person cannot touch me if it's not for them.
Yep.
And that's why I'm okay with failure. I'm
Yeah.
okay with not failing. I'm okay with the unknown.
Yes.
Because I know this isn't about.
Ah, I love it.
It's about the
Yeah.
person that is calling
Yep.
for me, who's reaching out and saying, she's speaking my language.
Yeah.
She's speaking to my core. She's making the tingles happen. She's
Yes.
hearing the call of women, femininity, awakening the femininity in the woman again, because
Yeah.
we are losing it. We're turning.
Yeah.
I turned into a masculine man. I worked 4 jobs, hustled, bustled. I
Yeah.
had a good home because of the hustle bustle. And now I'm only working 4 days at a thrift shop
Yeah.
in a little town. And
But
I
doing
am
what you love.
Yes.
And yes.
And I made sure I had Fridays off because
You wanted Fridays off.
yes.
Yeah.
And it was presented to me. I was like, yeah, I can pay my bills with that. I can make that. I can go to Mexico still.
Yeah.
I can pay off some debt. I can rebuild my life on a little budget
Yes.
because I've done it with a big budget. And I think
you can do anything you want to do.
women need to realize that.
Yeah.
You don't need the world.
Yeah.
You are the world. Now understand you're the world experiencing yourself.
Yes.
And stop negative talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like one of my superpowers is helping people remove just find the positive in everything.
And I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Know
Nobody is.
that.
Yeah.
Know that I'm going to fall and
Yeah.
I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to say things that may hurt you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you're going to say stuff that's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
And thank you.
But I encourage, I
Thank you.
always tell people,
Thank you
I
for
love
saying harsh things because
Yes.
it's awakening
constructive
something.
criticism
Yes.
helps you grow. I don't want
Yes.
people to sugarcoat shit
No.
and tell me what I like. No, but
I'm
not
not
a lot of
calling
people-
those people out either. I want those
Yes.
people who are like, I want you to call me out. I need it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need someone to start that fire in me so I can have that fire every day for myself. That's
Yeah.
because I have to do that with myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day I have to wake up and say, oh my gosh, today's another day. All right, I got
Yes.
this. I'm powerful, wonderful, beautiful,
Yes.
sexy.
Yeah.
I can walk around with my head held high knowing me.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people walking around that don't even know that they're blind.
So true.
And they can see.
Yeah.
And they're not thankful for that.
Yeah. Oh
Or
my
they're
God,
not
no.
thankful for their legs or thankful for their arms or their
I did
hands.
an episode on this.
Yeah. And so this is my baby.
Mm.
My 4 little retreats, and this
So
is just the start.
exciting. Yes,
It's
it is.
literally just the start for me. I will eventually do bigger and better
Yeah.
things, and maybe it's scratching this and starting a whole retreat center.
Oh, girl,
in multiple
I already
places.
know. It's just in her knowing. I already know it's gonna be beautiful. It already is, and
Yes.
just I'm proud of you. I mean, I just met you and
Yeah.
whatnot, but I'm super excited.
Yes.
We will definitely list the contact info
Yep.
because how do people sign up? Website, email, phone.
So it's such a new thing that
Okay.
it's my phone number.
Okay, so
it's
we'll-
my email.
Okay.
It's personal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll drop the contact info underneath the show
Yep.
notes so people can get a hold of you. And yeah, any last words? I mean, you'll definitely be back on for upcoming episodes because I know there's probably so much we could talk about. Any last words for our listeners?
Women who want to love themselves and sit with themselves finally.
Yeah.
The ones that felt lost or feel cloudy or feel like they're just doing the mundane life. That are like, I want to shake things up.
Yeah.
This isn't for the lighthearted. This is for the ones who want to jump off the cliff and make it on their feet.
Yeah. Yes.
And said, oh my gosh, I did it.
That's so me.
Oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even need an umbrella or
Yeah.
a safety net. I didn't need anything. I did it on my own and I landed on my feet. So if that's you, reach out. Call me. If it's not to go to one of these retreats. It's just to go on
To connect or yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
I am here. I'm just here to live this experience and to love on women.
Oh, I love it. I love you. I'm super grateful for you, and we will see you all soon.